Niners 20%, no droids, about hitters, no Ray Lows, no Ray Nobodies, no Disney, Star Wars fans of any kind, you're not welcome here. The bouncers, their Wookiees will kick you out. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. And well, not really. Just kind of, I'll be all over today. So, you guys remember the books that I went to look and see if they'd sold any of Light of the Jedi at the Target up there? None. So tomorrow I will go to the Target over here, and see if they sold any of Claudia Gray's books, and I doubt they did. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. The High Republic has been such a frickin' disaster. It can't be quantified. It can't. And I think the shills know it. The shills are trying to defend it. This is why the shills are freaking out at us right now. This is why all this shit's going down. Very interesting to me that, there's Star Wars fans who want to defend this, but think about it. A lot of the shill channels, they get perks, they get goodie bags, they get free tickets to Galaxy's Edge, they get, press passes for the red carpet. They get to do a 3-second interview with Harrison Ford. He just walks up and says hi, and then wanders away going, who the fuck was that guy? That's why they defend it. They want to still have their in. I've seen it all before. It's not worth it. If you're not allowed because you're so deeply ingrained with trying to get perks from Disney or Paramount or whatever, you aren't doing your job. You're not objective. And that's why you'll never see me do that. I've done the red carpet at movie premieres. It's bullshit. If you want to meet an actor, get lucky enough to be friends with mutual friends. Okay? That's how you do it. All right? Do something where it's not at something like that. All right? If you really want to meet them. Photo ops are bullshit. They're cool if that's what you want. But anyway, the people that sold themselves are making fools of themselves. I mean, you saw that picture I posted on my thumbnail? Those 4 books are the same. I just took that today. I have the other picture. It looks the same because those are the same 4 books. They're sitting right where they were. And I'm sure that the public excuse will be like, well, no one reads anymore. No, even the authors know they did a bad job, that no one wants it. Even they have to admit, and they do, I think. They know that this was a stupid idea, and please hit the likes, and if you haven't subbed, please sub. I'd really appreciate that. So there's that. It's just the High Republic is a joke. And this isn't anecdotal evidence. It's direct evidence. All right. Tomorrow, if Into the Darkness, starring The Rock, the gay celibate pilot, and flies a ship called Vessel, if the same books are there, and they probably are, I'm banking on it, there you go. I don't need numbers anymore. If you can't sell it, give up. So a lot of other stuff is going on. And, what I want to say is there's absolutely no reason for Disney to take anything Kennedy has threatened them with seriously. Does she have something in everybody on the board? The board of directors changes almost yearly. So You would really have to have be running around doing stuff in order to be able to collect all that evidence. I looked. Remember, 2 years ago, I looked at the board. Last year, it was a different board. This year, it's a different board, different members, and that's the bottom line. I'll be right back. You know what I gotta go do? Blow my nose. So I, you know, I am just like, you know, I really think it comes down to them being afraid of firing a woman. I think that they might just be that ingrained or afraid that, oh, it's going to look bad and we can't fire this woman. It's, what the hell are you talking about? Okay? You know, why? See, this is how detached Hollywood is from reality. One person could basically make an entire company look like shit, which Kennedy is doing right now. And they're afraid to turn her out. They're afraid to sack her. Meanwhile, she's costing them billions of dollars. They're billions of dollars in debt, hundreds of billions in debt. Lucasfilm hasn't paid for itself. You know, the investments that they made in the franchise, you know, they haven't even. They're not, the return is non-existent. It's in the negative. I mean, now the rumors going out that they're pausing expanding Galaxy's Edge. Really? And it's probably Corona, but it's also probably, you know, they don't know what to do right now. And they're putting everything on hold because Star Wars is up in the air. Now, I'm going to disagree strongly with a bigger channel. They're not giving up on Star Wars. They can't. Too much is invested in it, and if done properly and done right, they will make billions. I mean, but they have to do it right. They have to do it, you know. Yeah, but Mark, think about it. If they do that, she's there till October. What other damage can she do? Hey, Vader fanatic, what other damage can she bring with her? And these are the things that if I was a investor, I'd be looking at everything from the moment she became president of Lucasfilm, the destruction of the EU, the fact that when you look at The Force Awakens, in hindsight, it's a shitty movie. The fact that none of the merchandise for these new characters is moved. The fact that the publishing has been a disaster. I mean, even the new canon that isn't part of the High Republic is garbage. No, I mean, those are the same 4 books, and that's one target. I gotta go to the other one tomorrow. It's up that way to see if any sold there. If I knew of another Target close by, I'd go there to see if there's any. All right, and then I would. This is my test. Okay, the Star Wars section of the Target up here in the toys is this big. I saw 4 or 5 Grief Kargas. I saw a Jar Jar Bank, 2 Jar Jar Banks, several different droids, and that's it. No Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda they didn't have any. And I know the last time I checked this Target, there was a dearth of anything. I mean, literally, there was no Star Wars. A couple of cheap lightsabers, and that was it. That's it. So I'm kind of like, you know, if you're an investor, and they can go and see this. I mean, you know, Mike Alonso found. Do you remember that big $50 Han Solo coffee book? And instead of Harrison Ford in silhouette, they used 5'2" Alden Ehrenreich. and he was in it, and it didn't sell because, what they did to the character was just, I mean, even normies didn't want it. It was selling at Ollie's for $9.99 or $8.99. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the pegs are empty. Hey, Trayla. So how does it feel to Trayla's a Twitter star. She is trending on Twitter. I may show up on Twitter in some form or another, maybe even today, to throw my hat into the ring to see how pissed off I can make these people before I leave. Well, let me explain Steele Saunders. Let me preface this with this. Trayla did what I used to do on Twitter, and she took on the Shells and the Ray Blows. Steele Saunders, wasn't. Oh, he's just a fucking dickhead. The funniest damn thing, even funnier than Daisy going Raylo to him, and then telling him she thought it was abusive, which I loved. The look on his face. He's such a fucking phony. He really, really is. I mean, he's just a goddamn phony. He was on the red carpet. I'm gonna say it was for some movie. Maybe it was even The Force Awakens, but I don't think so. Because it came out, this video was out long after, and I don't think maybe it was Blade Runner 2049. And, which is a movie I loved. And somehow Steele got a press pass for the red carpet. Somehow Ford was told, like anybody could tell him what to do. If you have time, probably. You see the creepy guy with the t-shirt who doesn't look like he's taken a bath in 50 years. Go say hi to him. He has a little YouTube channel. I love saying little YouTube channel. I mean, when we all started out, Saunders is a big channel to us. And then World Class Bullshitters, Geeks and Gamers, Ethan, and Midnight's Edge just kind of like blew up. And all the shill channels are where they used to be, or they're losing subs because they're shill channels. Okay, so back to my story. So Saunders is standing there, and you see Ford walk up, and I guarantee you, the man had already had a glass or two of scotch, and he just comes up, and I think he says hi or something like that. They kind of shake hands. And that was it. I mean, it wasn't like an interview like, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be, or any of that shit. Like, what suit are you wearing? And I walked away. And, it was like watching a god reach down and pat a nobody on the head, walk away going, who the fuck was that? I still laugh about it. Now, I've been on the red carpet. I had a press pass for a movie. And it ain't that cool. How you want to meet an actor is either at a function where you bump into them, you're introduced by mutual friends or something like that. Not on a goddamn red carpet. It's just because they look at you like you're a parasite. Like you're a wood tech, and they know what you're there for. You're not there because you want to meet them or you care about them. You're there to you're there for your job. You're there, as in Steele Saunders' case, to get a selfie or something where you could say, see, this is really great for my channel and my website and my brand. And what's really funny is in the end, none of that stuff matters because, look at the extent of his where he's gone. with his channel. You know, it's the whole facade, the phony facade that they put up around the sequel trilogy and Kathleen Kennedy's, version of Star Wars is crumbling. It's crumbling because it's not making any money. Now, apparently, Disney stocks have fallen. So why don't you come over here, hi, and we'll see, we'll watch. I gotta get on my computer. Come on. It's on. So, because I was on up early this morning, and Clownfish TV was talking about Disney stocks falling. So let's go on to Market Watch and see where Diz stocks are. Okay, because here's the deal, and I've said this before. You're not going to get Kennedy out because she's a shitty leader and makes bad decisions. You're going to get her out because her product isn't selling. Disney is bleeding right now. It's a bleeding horse. And it is, oh, stop it. It is literally, it's dying, and I've said this before, don't get worried. It's not that Disney is going to die. It's not going to go out of business. But it's also not doing well. It's very sick right now. It's where it was. I think it's in a worse place than it was after 9/11. Okay, so, get off my computer. Okay, now let's do Market Watch. This is my go-to financial thing, and we'll just sit there and laugh a little bit. Do and search. All right, the Dow's up 44. Ooh, but the S&P's down. That's not good. Wow, the NASDAQ went down too. Okay, let's go to search. And all right, so it's up. But yesterday, today it was down, way down yesterday. So it went up 2 points. It was down, it started out at 185. Okay. 52-week range is 98.86 and 203. Okay, that's how far it's gotten. So it's lost some volume. They've lost some money. I'm not really impressed when I'm looking at it's an inflated stock. I wouldn't buy it. I would tell you, I wouldn't buy it. And the reason why is this: it's inflated. They bought their own stocks back. Okay, I've told you guys that before. Now let's see what the shills are doing on Twitter. Matt Martin, missing words. Let's see what he's saying. All right. So 5 minutes ago, they're talking about lightsaber colors, but he's acting like there's nothing going on. Okay, Man Ray Sky. Let's try to find Man Ray Sky. Kay Hidalgo. That's what she calls herself. 2 hours ago, they're having Lucasfilm trivia. And they're fundraising for the San Francisco something food bank. This is, it is literally, they're not saying anything. They're They're acting like there's nothing going on. Howdy, Mad Piranha. But there is. Okay, so we've got Disney stocks went down. And they're still in the 180s, 187. They should be down to about $100 a share, even lower, because it's not worth buying. It isn't. So you got that. You got people connected, Kristen Hidalgo, to the Story Group, and Matt Martin, Story Group, acting like nothing's going on. It's really weird. So anyway, I mean, and of course there are rumors that Jon Favreau may leave. You better hope he doesn't, because if he does, it's over. I mean, Star Wars is dead. He's the only guy in the whole world that could have come up with The Mandalorian and made it work. But I don't think he's going anywhere. A, he's under contract. B, he's, the Book of Boba Fett is his show. Okay, it's not Kennedy's show, it's his show. Okay? Hey, David. So, yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. But this stuff with Kennedy, and it's been so quiet. It's been so quiet. I mean, there's nothing new coming out. I mean, yesterday's Doomcock report was sort of meh. I mean, the newest thing was that leak at Reddit. Other than that, there's nothing. And then you've got, Pirates and Princesses reporting that they're pausing construction at Galaxy's Edge. There could be lots of reasons. There are lots of good reasons. No money, etc., but there's something going on. Okay. You can't go into a store anywhere and find sequel merchandise. The books aren't selling. Nothing's moving. That is Kennedy era, except for Mandalorian. Okay, and the only 6-inch figures I've seen are Mandalorian 6-inch figures, and they go. I mean, I should have picked up my Cara Dune. I still can't believe I didn't pick up a Cara Dune. And you can't find one for less than $100 now, even $200. So, I really hope that Hasbro decides, fuck it, we're gonna make one. We're gonna make it anyway. But there's nothing going on, which leads me to think there's something going on. I mean, there's no news, and yet there's news of EU books being republished, OT and OT and prequel trilogy, vintage toys coming out. The Bad Batch is out on the 4th. But that's it. That's it. And it's just a bunch of filler episodes. I'm probably going to watch it. But there's really, nothing going on. I am like, so I just say, just sit back and relax and hold on to your horses. Now, let's talk about the Abrams cut. I don't know. Again, House, I'm going to say that they're either waiting for her contract and letting her contract sunset, which would be the safe thing to do, or there's stuff going on and we just haven't heard it yet. Now remember what the Reddit leaker said. You will be hearing of a lot of shakeups in the coming days, weeks, and months. No, David, no, you're wrong. Okay, you're so wrong, you don't even know. What does Bob Iger have to do with trying to hurt The Mandalorian? He was happy as shit that show was so great. I don't know who you're talking to, but stop talking to them, because they're just angry. They're probably EU fanatics that can't stand the fact that, you know, not everything about the EU is awesome, you know. But let's go back to the Abrams cut. The thing about the Abrams cut is this. Go back to last summer, and a rumor, and it really didn't happen that too long ago. I think back in, I can't remember, but it was Doomcock and Clownfish TV and others that talked about this in different angles. So there might be some truth to it. That, yeah, I do think it's fake. He could be that could be used as leverage to get her the fuck out of there too. All right. But you guys remember, this happened a year ago, end of June. One of the big financial guys showed up at Skywalker Ranch and was talking to everybody there, just trying to get a feel for what was going on at Lucasfilm, and asked, I've heard a rumor about an Abrams Lucas cut. They said, yeah, there is one. He said, well, I'd like to see it. So he saw it, what they could show of him. And I don't think it's 4 hours long, okay? I honestly can't imagine anything J.J. Abrams that would make that would be remotely interesting, that would be 4 hours long. Even if, George Lucas came in and helped do some stuff. The guy got done watching it. Quiet. He was quiet because he was enraged. Gets up. Walks out. And then KK on the 3rd of July is asked to come to a financial meeting and bring all of her shit. Do I believe this happened? I believe something like that happened. All right? See, the thing about what Doomcock was saying yesterday is I believe whoever is putting these leaks out right now is trying to soften a blow. Like, the Reddit leak is obviously aimed at Alan Horn and Disney, not Kennedy. All right. I don't care what anybody thinks about Dave Filoni. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Jon Favreau. Dave Filoni is... I'll get to that. I don't, I have a lot of respect for a few channels, but they go out there and spew outrage and say stuff to get you guys all upset and for super chats. I don't do that, okay? And as far as I can tell, Dave Filoni is the only person besides Jon Favreau that gives a shit about what George Lucas created, okay? They're the only two that are out there doing things, out there in the public, all right? So, I don't know what her bitch is about Favreau or Filoni or whoever she was talking to or talking about, but you got to remember, she's doing this so you put money in the bank for her. Okay, that's it. I'm being I've given her super chats. I know where it's going, because I don't like it when SJWs go after people because they don't like what they're saying. It's like, I have a right to my opinion. You don't like it, fuck off and die. That's my opinion to anybody who comes after me. If you don't like me, that's your problem. I don't give a shit. I'm a very brutally honest person. And a lot of people, even in the Phantom Menace, don't like that. They want their ass is kissed, and they want everybody to think the same way. And it's like, no, I don't think the same way. I don't. Okay? All right? And, when you're dealing with people who are younger, who have been given a lot by their parents, or have a chip on their shoulders, they're tough to deal with. They're tough to talk to. Okay, they're tough to. I can't imagine trying to teach history to some of these people, because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't give a shit about anything but themselves. All right, there's a lot of reason why these people have big channels, and they sell their work. They're there to make money, and they don't. If you really look, peel back the onion, the only thing they care about is making money. I don't do that. I don't have to do that. I'm very, very, look at the house. We're fine. Okay. I don't need to make any money. And if I was making money on this, I'd probably give money to either rerun thoroughbred adoptions, or or something else. But because I don't. Why would I? Anyway, we could talk. But so let's go back. So, the guy sees. The guy sees that cut, and it's a very rough cut, and there would have to be reshoots and all the rest of it, from what we've heard, and is pissed because it's better than what was put out in the theaters. And the next day, of course, Kennedy's dragged out. I believe something like that happened. All right. And the reason simply is this. Who didn't show up to the Rise of Skywalker premiere? Who was there at every premiere? Who? Hey, Cinedave. Thank you, Cinedave. Who was there at every premiere? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. George Lucas didn't show up. You're right, House. He didn't show up. Why? Go further. How come Steven Spielberg backed off directing Indy 5 and is only an executive producer? They said it was creative differences. I say he was upset by the way George Lucas was treated and what Kennedy did to the franchise. And it just finally exploded all over the place. Yep, Dave, you're right. So do I believe that there's connection to this cut? And Lucas, you're goddamn right, I do. All right. Do I believe that because remember, they had to shoot over 40% of it, reshoot 40% of it. Okay, why? The movie, when JJ showed it to the executives, was basically done beyond editing and adding, fill-ins and effects. That's it. And music. That's it. So why, if the movie was done, why'd they have to reshoot 40%? Because Kathleen Kennedy wanted some sort of homage to Raylo. Because she wanted, instead of having, the Reddit rumor brought up Matt Smith again. Hey, Pocket. A fight between Luke and dipshit Kyle Ron on Mortis. Mortis! Who is Matt Smith supposed to be playing? Who? Chat. Not Palpatine. Palpatine was sort of an avatar here and there. They were gonna, you know, Matt Smith was playing the son of Mortis. Okay? There's a great sequence. Yep, the son. There's a great sequence in the last trailer where you hear it sounds like Palpatine, but when you really listen to the voice, there are two voices. In fact, I'm gonna have, maybe if Baz Taylor's around, I'm gonna see if he can do something and see if we can actually isolate both. And it goes, "My boy, long have I waited, blah blah blah," and then it goes into Snoke. "I have been every voice you have ever heard," and then at the end it's Vader. "Inside your head." When I first saw that, I was like, that's well, no, this is, God, this is the thing. He filmed some of it. He wrote some of it. They brought in the son of Mortis because they didn't have a bad guy. And Matt Smith, who, by the way, did show up to the red carpet because people were in chat going, "That's Matt Smith," and I didn't see him, but the people on the ground were saying, "Matt Smith is here, Matt Smith is here." He is supposed to play the son of Mortis. That is a George Lucas era character. They needed a bad guy. There you go. And it would have been actually very perfect to have him been the person orchestrating all the bad shit going on throughout the years since Anakin did what he did on Mortis in the Clone Wars. Okay? You know, getting revenge on the Skywalker family for all this. He was, you know, but when you hear that, it's not only Ian McDiarmid in the beginning, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. Let me repeat again, it's somebody else. When you see the mule-faced boy, let me finish what I'm saying. They cut everything out from Mortis, everything. Mark Hamill had 20 to 25 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes in the movie that they cut out. Okay, think about it. What happened when you watch that trailer? You see the mule-faced boy striding. He's striding towards wherever, and you see lightning, and it's dark, and it's a cold. It's not a regular planet. It's Mortis. It's exactly what occurred when the son killed the daughter, when he was trying to kill the father. Okay. What's really interesting, had the son killed the father, he would have ruined his ambitions anyway, because all of his power comes through the father. But watching that, it's like it's Mortis. I thought, and you want to know what? They use scenes from Mortis, they turn it into Exegol, and they filmed all this other shit. That's the 40% of the reshoot right there. They literally, I mean, you know, and all because Kennedy couldn't deal with the fact that this was not the movie she envisioned, and it was, I mean, going to be something else. And, you know, it wasn't addressing the Reylo concerns. you know, it would have been really, yeah, they did, David. And there's the reason right there why George didn't show up to the red carpet and didn't go to the premiere. And Kathy, you know, sitting there giggling with her twin sister, and Lin-Wen Brennan, who looks just like her. It looks like they all look alike. It's like they're fucking triplets. It's like, I mean, I was watching the red carpet premiere on YouTube on the Star Wars channel and going, and somebody in chat goes, "Oh my God, they multiplied." And, you know, like freaked out because ick. You know, so it's like, but George didn't show up, Harrison Ford did. And I think it's just because he really wants to make Indy 5. And it crashed and burned. I mean, it was just, you know, and because there were people there, I don't think Mark Hamill showed up. Maybe he did. I don't know, but there are reasons why Harrison Ford showed up, and hanging out with his friends is probably one of them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, no Lucas. We were all waiting for George to show up. Nothing. Nothing. And, you know, Bob Iger can sit there and take all the blame he wants, and he's blamed for allowing it to happen. But the person to blame is Kathleen Kennedy because she lied to George. Okay. I can't stand disloyalty for people. I can't stand, first off, I can't stand fake people. I can't stand people who are, you know, phonies. And I really can't stand, you know, people who do shit to people that were their friends. And Kathleen Kennedy is that person. But yeah, so there you go. I mean, you've got all the information you need. But anyway, I gotta go because my voice is giving out, and I got some other stuff to do. Anyway, you know, anything happens, I'll be around. I've got time tonight. So if there's something going on, I'll probably go live or watch another live. You guys be good, and I'll see you around the galaxy. Please, again, remember, if you haven't subscribe, and please like because it helps the algorithm, and share this out. And Trailer, be on the lookout for a new Twitter member. I'll see you guys.